Hello, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your presence. So, welcome to number 7 of Living as Presence. There's been a little pause between 6 and 7, just like the inhalation, and then a little pause, and the exhalation. I hope your presence playing practice this is going really well, that you're having success. So we have a space, this still sacred space to just truly be together and do nothing. So this is just being, and being is being conscious of being, having this direct experience of sensing the being, or of deeply knowing the being. And this knowing is beyond concepts. So it does not involve the thinking mind, the conceptual mind, but there's a deep knowing, a deep sensing. I can sense the presence. And the presence has so the difficulty in using this dualistic language to speak about something that is not dual is to use form words to speak about the formless. So we're limited. So the presence has a sense of vibration, of being alive, of being filled with life force, of being, fully here, fully engaged, fully present, fully alive. And it's not determined by any circumstances, anything external. And it's not dependent on anything external. This presence is always here. And we could say within, but it's beyond what seems to be within. We're surrounded, we're infused with presence. Now, please don't believe that. Find out for yourself, find out directly. Is that true? So aware of the breath and aware of your intention. So your intention for entering this space, this being, living as presence number 7. It's a being like all things. It's a being. So your intention for being here and doing nothing, giving your full, complete, undivided attention to this moment. So not distracted by thinking, not distracted by emoting, not distracted by something in your body, not distracted by your surroundings, your environment. We can be aware of all of these things and yet hold the attention. So hold isn't tight and gripped, it's open, spacious, holding attention. So the attention is without thinking, holding attention here, this vertical realm here, effortlessly, joyfully, and alert. So we can sense like an openness, a spaciousness, and still alert, awake. Ask your heart for the intention. And I like having a fill in the blank option. So my intention for being here is, and then be still and listen. So listen in the heart. Hmm. Hmm. It's beautiful to offer gratitude when you receive the heart's wisdom. Wisdom can come in words, the voice of wisdom, which is very different than the voice of the thinking mind. And wisdom can come to us as images, and it can also come as a visceral sense, like a knowing, a sensing in the body. And together we can hold an intention that we may benefit all beings, that being here together and doing nothing in the truest sense, conscious of consciousness. Consciousness is conscious of itself. This is what benefits all beings. May we benefit all beings. Feel the vastness of this intention. It's the presence that benefits. This infinite spaciousness. And this is why we're sitting together, meeting together, being together. We could call this a practice, but sometimes practice has the suggestion of being work or can be something we have to do. So if we keep it in the realm of play and lightness and joy, gratitude for this opportunity, and we can take a deep dive, so to speak, rest here deeply. Mm-hmm. aware of that lovely sensation of being breathed effortlessly, giving complete undivided attention here. Sometimes it's easy to close the eyes. To withdraw the visual sense. And it's a additional practice to open the eyes as well and hold the awareness within, be aware of our inner space while listening and while speaking, and not give the words the priority. The priority is the formless, is the presence. Maybe you like to call it the stillness or the one awake consciousness, the one, whatever you like to call it. And maybe not call it anything, just call it it, the it. So allowing this all to be, allowing life, this moment, the now, all. And it, perhaps even a little deeper of enjoying it or loving it as it is, aligned with it. It's not, we're not separate, we're in alignment. And truly welcoming, truly opening to this. That's another neutral name, this. Or as Nisargadatta said, you are that. So we can call it that. Mm. Just being here, clear mind, no thought, aware of your feet, feeling your feet, aware of the breath, the movement of breath. Aware of this space of spaciousness, this aliveness, the presence, the present. If you're in your mind, you won't be able to sense it. If you're in your emotions, you won't be able to sense it. So use all of the anchors that we've spoken about them. breath. Feel your feet. Feel your breath. Stay with the breath. Go into the heart space. And rest. So rest means stay awake, stay alert, stay conscious. Keep your vibratory rate high. And holding this intention. The presence is primary. It's the most important. And just as beginning this series number 1, speaking of Eckhart's profound wisdom and pointer for all of us, this shift, this transition from being mind-based to living in presence, this is the most important thing he said, in your life. So in our life, this is the most important thing. This shifting, this transition. So giving this that importance, the top priority. Now, of course, that doesn't mean we'll sit on the couch all day and do nothing. We're here in the Western world. That's where I am. And we have responsibilities to the outer world, so to speak, to this vertical, horizontal. This is horizontal dimension. Yeah. Paying our rent, paying our mortgage, taking care of forms, interacting with other beautiful beings. Taking care of one of the forms being the body. And yet, while we do all these things, while we're in the doing mode, the being mode is still primary. The awareness of being is still top priority. This is how the shift or this transformation happens. So, yes, we can sit with this on a meditation cushion. That's a fun way of playing. That's my way of saying practicing. And what's more important is what happens when we get off of the cushion. What happens when we take a step? What happens when we walk in the world? Ah, yes, a dear being in the Wednesday group last night said, yes, it's moving meditation. It's moving, meditation in movement. And the movement's all the ordinary repetitive things that we get to do every day. Aware of the being, aware of the presence. And keeping our vibratory rate high. Yes. I'm finding that I have a new appreciation and a new love of some of the teachings that are in the Bible, particularly in the New Testament, and the things that Jesus spoke, and the wisdom and the pointing, the direct teaching. Seek first the kingdom of heaven, and all else will be added. Seek first. This is your priority, the kingdom of heaven. Now, I am grateful for and really appreciating and loving Eckhart's interpretations his translations. So kingdom of heaven, it's not current languaging that we seem to use. So the way that he's bringing that into our time, our modern time here. So kingdom is dimension, this dimension, and heaven. So he speaks of heaven as translated in most languages to mean the sky. So sky, when we look into the sky, what's there? It's spacious, spaciousness. So Eckhart's translation, the dimension of spaciousness. So this kingdom of heaven, the dimension of spaciousness. Seek this first, find this first, and all else will be added. That can be a leap, especially if we haven't had that experience of all else will be added. It can be a leap of faith or a leap of trust. The willingness to test, put it to the test, to try it out, to bring it into practice, into daily life. What's it like to give this the priority? Seek and find this first. This is the priority. And also in the Bible, it's been pointed to in several places that the kingdom of heaven resides within. It's within us. It's not out there. It's not at the end of life, of the body. It's here within. So finding this dimension of spaciousness, infinite space within, and staying, resting here. And from here, everything happens. So all of the movements of the body, all of the words that are spoken, the actions that are taken, everything comes from the presence, from the dimension of spaciousness. The wisdom, the creativity, the insights, the knowings, the revelations, the answers, the miracles, the grace. Sometimes it can be helpful to make a little post-it note, write your intention and post it so that you see it throughout the day. Am I aware of the presence in this moment? Can I rest here as the presence? The answer is yes. And it's for us to live, to make that conscious choice. Our visiting crows are calling. So lovely, so glorious having this space of doing nothing, of just being. So maybe we need to schedule that. And in that space of doing nothing, that includes no phones, no scrolling, no thinking, just fully focused, fully conscious of being, of consciousness, the consciousness that is here. Nature can offer a vibratory boost, an energetic boost, a support. Mm. Being in nature, sitting under a tree or lying on the grass, looking at the sky, watching the clouds. So we're bringing the being and the doing into balance. Most are overrun with doing and thinking, incessant thinking, incessant doing, and addicted to the phones and filling up the space with clutter, the inner space. So this is an opportunity of decluttering, of clearing the space. Even with a single fully conscious breath. Instant space clearing. So using this direct route, if you are able to find the presence and rest here as that, as it, as this. That's the most direct path. Initially, you may need to start with your feet and feel the inner body, feel the aliveness. Even easier, start with your breath and just feel your breath. These are ways of exiting the dimension of thinking, the thinking mind. And they open into the dimension of presence, the stillness. They open. That's what naturally comes just by being aware of your inner space. Also, listening to the silence that is present. That's always present, even when there are sounds present. That is a direct pointer, direct path into presence. If you get pulled away by a thought, seduced by a thought, as soon as you realize this, you can just release it effortlessly and return here, return to the breath, Return to the body and rest. Rest has that sense of not seeking anything else, not trying to get somewhere. There isn't an impatience or an agitation or any defense. Rest is that sense of just being at home, being in this contentment here, the ground of being where all is well. So are you at rest? Are you here fully rooted? Fully anchored here, nowhere else to go, no better place to be. Allowing all of it. Hmm. There's a wave of, it's a bit of a mixed flavor. It had the flavor of gratitude and joy and delight, appreciation moving through. A sense of being abundantly blessed. We are so blessed. I love that as a mantra. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I was walking very recently in the sunshine with my goddaughter, holding her, and what kept coming through, just came coming through on the breeze. This is bliss. This is bliss. This is bliss. And the same is true right now. This is bliss. This bliss of being. So bliss is anchored. It's not blissed out, wandering away somewhere, being carried off into some other realm. This is deeply rooted, infinite bliss, unmoving bliss. Even the lawnmowers outside have become momentarily quiet. And you feel the presence around your body, in the space around. And if we notice, it's all space. There's more space than there are things. And this space is alive. Again, don't believe it. Check it out for yourself. Experience it directly for yourself. But you become the authority. Mm. Mm. So the priority, the presence, this dimension of spaciousness, seek, find, enter, rest here. This is the top priority. This is more important than everything. This shifting into living as presence, our true nature, our birthright, fully conscious, a fully awake human being, conscious of the being, not just the human aspect, but of the being, the human being. This is our purpose. Keeping the vibratory rate high in all circumstances. So, in all of our ordinary daily experiences, not getting lost in the experiences. Seeking, finding this first, and all else is added. All else will be added. So staying here, living here as the presence. Hmm. Yes, write a little post-it. Am I aware of the presence? Am I here? We could say in this dimension of presence or as this dimension of presence. Am I here as that or as this? Usually the easiest way is when we're alone, sitting, so the body's not in movement and perhaps the eyes are closed. So as a way of deepening and intensifying as the presence. And then added practice is opening the eyes and then further uh, moving the body. And then further is interacting with another being, another human being. So holding this presence, being this presence, living as presence. So that will engage conscious choice. So if you're aware of being caught in the outer, so in the experiences or in the doing, that awareness is always the first step. It's quite miraculous to have that awareness. And then we can exercise conscious choice to fully return as presence. Become aware of our inner space, our essence as the formless, the one formless, awakened presence. And the practice of becoming aware that we've been absent, and then the practice of choosing to become present, there's a great strengthening in that and a great gain in consciousness. A great gain in spaciousness. So we're not waiting for the dimension or the kingdom of heaven, the dimension of spaciousness. It's here, it's already here, and it resides within us. It's here. So we can just take all the languaging off of it, all the labels off of it, and just know this directly without any concepts or words or labels, without anything on it, just perfect clarity, perfectly clean, pristine. Mm. Does it seem that we're complete? Let me ask. Just about. So we will make an offering of this beautiful presence that is being generated through us being together, holding this space together. It's funny how time flies. It just seems like I've been sitting here for a minute, but it's been longer than a minute. Such joy. So let's offer this into the world. Now, of course, it's already going into the world. We're already transmitting our vibratory rate. So it's already being received by all beings, and we can also direct it consciously. So there are some wars happening on this planet at the moment. We can direct it to those beings and holding an intention of peace. We can direct it to the land, to the earth. we can see all beings awaken. I like seeing it as light bulbs, so all beings as a light bulb, and the switch flips on, fully on. So we just see lit up beings, beings awakening to their true essence, their true nature, to the being realm, awakening to the presence. And then let's extend this to include all beings here on Mother Earth and Mother Earth herself. Offering love and light, the light of consciousness, and offering gratitude to Mother Earth and to all beings, all beings. May all beings awaken fully and swiftly. Thank you for your presence. If there's anything you would like me to speak on, please let me know, either in the comments or email. Or a question. Mm. May you be a blessing for all beings, and may you be blessed. Mm. Thank you.